Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot and Astrology. This is not tarot or astrology night, it's poetry night. And this is a poem I promised someone I would read because it's about quantum mechanics, which, if you're not familiar with, is a branch of physics, which I know nothing about. I mean, regular physics I don't, but I got hooked on this when I think I was in my mid-20s, and I read a book called The Tao of Physics. Tao is spelled T-A-O, the Chinese Tao. I think the author was Fritjof Capra, C-A-P-R-A. And then I've read many books since then. But if you're new to it, a really good book to start with is called The Field by Lynn McTaggart, and her name is spelled, there's an E on the end of Lynn, L-Y-N-N-E, and her last name is M-C-T-A-G-G-A-R-T, and she's not a scientist, she's a science writer, so she makes it very approachable for people who are not I'm not a science person, but I'm fascinated by science. And the best physicist, I think, who writes books about this is Brian Greene. Oh my God. He's amazing. I think he's only written 3 books. I need to check and see if he has a new one. But his last one was on string theory. And when I say these, these aren't books that have equations in them. Because if I see an equation, I flip through a book. If I see an equation, no. I don't go there. I can't go there. So they're not like that, okay? They're written for the lay person. They're not written for scientists, because I would not be able to. Oh my God, heavens no. But he's brilliant. But this is supposed to be funny. And I think it might be funny because this is the poem that I won a humor award for a couple years ago. And I actually won $1,000, which is like, for people who write poetry, and I know some of you do, you don't get money for poetry. You just don't. So this was astounding. In fact, I was invited to read it when they had the party for when the journal came out, and I went and I read, and when the lady introduced me, she said, because not everybody knew this, and I guess, and she said, this is the winner of the Bill Hickok Humor Award, and she won $1,000, and there was an audible gasp because all the people in the room were poets, and they all went, and I kind of thought like maybe one of them was going to hit me over the head or something when I walked out. I don't know. It was funny. But it just dawned on me that a lot of this isn't going to be funny unless you know quantum mechanics. And also, there's some very culturally specific stuff. One of these is about two products that were advertised in the United States, like when I was a kid. So unless you're from the U.S. And you remember the 60s, you are not going to know this stuff. So it may not even be funny, but I promised someone I would read it, so I'm going to. Even though I'm not exactly in a humorous mood, because my first Mystic Fair, my first public event is tomorrow. So I'm going to have a tarot table as a novice reader. They won't let me charge, which is fine, because I've never done it in public before, so why don't we do it in the road? Sorry, get off. Not that. So I'm very nervous. My stomach's been hurting for 3 days. I slept 4 hours last night, 2 hours the night before that. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but, and I have no idea what I'm even going to wear. I'm a mess, so I'll let you know how it goes. And the planets are astounding right now. It's really positive for tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can post tomorrow night, or maybe even later tonight. I have to get ready, though. I have to take a shower. I have to get some clothes ready. I'm a mess. But anyway, so this is a long entrance to a poem, and it's called, and it's hard to say this, it's called What Physicists Say, which is not easy to say. Okay, physicists say that all matter is mostly empty space. So why does it hurt so much when I stub my toe on the dresser in the middle of the night? Physicists say that a single subatomic particle can be in 2 places at once, but that's neither here nor there. Physicists say, I am he, as you are me, and we are all together. No, wait, that was John Lennon. Physicists say that once two subatomic particles come in contact with one another, they're entangled forever. So how come you never call? Physicists say that matter is formed when the energy of a wave potential collapses. No wonder I'm tired all the time. Physicists say, don't wear white after Labor Day. No, wait, that was my mother. I've got arrows all over through here. Physicists say that if you put a cat in a box with a bottle of champagne, you won't know whether he's drunk or sober until you lift the lid. Physicists say that all matter is constantly blinking in and out of existence. No wonder sometimes Mr. Peanut feels like a nut, and sometimes he don't. Physicists say, if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. No, wait, that was Jesus in one of his rare testy moods. Physicists say the universe may contain as many as 11 different dimensions. I wonder if I ever run into David Bowie in any of them. Physicists say you can either know the location of a subatomic particle or its velocity, but not both. Does that mean that God can't walk and chew gum at the same time? Physicists say that a subatomic particle that's not being observed will act differently than one which is. So I wonder what I look like when no one's around. Physicists say, what I got, you got to give it to your mama. No, wait, that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Physicists say that if you took all the matter on Earth and removed the empty space between the particles, what's left would fit into a single teaspoon. So how come I can't fit into last year's jeans? Physicists say the universe is made up mostly of dark matter. Well, that explains my family reunions. Physicists say, don't count your chickens before they hatch, unless, that is, you want them to get to the other side before they cross the road. Okay, that's physics night. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Blessings. Good night.